Hi guys, welcome back to more NCIS. We are moving on to episode 16 of season 4. We're blasting through this season already. And the last episode was, the case was okay, but it was the whole part of Tony's story that I'm more interested in with this woman that he has completely fallen for. And the ex being, in the last episode, the way it was and the way that it ended. I still can't tell if he's 100% into it or whether she's 100% into it. But they are spending quite a considerable amount of time on showing us. Whereas normally with a show like this, and it's part of a particular character development, you might get little snippets, little scenes of them talking about it, but they're concentrating on it way more than that. And with this being a TV show, it's going to end badly. I just know it's going to end badly. I hope it doesn't. I hope I'm completely wrong and it's a love interest that's going to be continuing on for Tony, but who the hell knows. Anyway, let's not bother focusing on that right now. Let's go find out episode 16 and what we've got in store.
McGee flashed the label when he showed us his lining. Armani.
Anything else?
Lizard embossed trim. $2,000. They say the clothes make the man.
Has McGee made more money out of this book than he's letting on?
Yeah,
What's wrong with you?
I just need to talk to Special Agent Gibbs. Lieutenant Sanders, sir.
Okay.
I need you to investigate a murder.
Who's?
Mine.
Mine.
Knew he was going to say that. The way they just focused in on him, I knew that was the answer he was going to give. Has someone poisoned you or something?
I will kill you 18 different ways with this paperclip.
Ducky figure out what's wrong with Lieutenant Sanders, boss?
No, I'm still examining him.
I feel like I know him from somewhere.
Really?
No, check his travel.
Is this guy contagious, boss?
So I need to check all of your clothing for radiation. If you were exposed...
Yeah, I feel exposed. Come on, you need to test that too.
You said he grabbed your arm.
Table's cold.
None of my other patients ever complain.
Sorry.
Well, they're usually dead.
Oh, I always talk to my guests. I talk about your runner's physique, your well-toned calves, your impressive thighs. When did the nausea start?
2 days ago. Since I've been traveling, I blamed it on the local moqueca.
Just avoid contact and exchange of fluids.
Is he fit to answer questions?
I'm right here. I can hear you.
I mean, your job. What makes you think this was murder and not accidental?
A radiation badge.
It's a thermoluminescent dosimeter.
I worked
Wow.
to inspect the power plant in Brazil where we discovered
I
violations.
didn't know they were that
When I
small now.
returned 4 days ago, the film for my badge was processed.
Brazilians aware of your finding?
You're not dealing with weapons grade, are you? Uranium-235. Surely not.
Need access to your offices and your inspection team.
I told Transpo I want to move him to AFRI. That's the Armed
Forces Radiobiology Research Institute.
Nothing.
Ziva, you find out how you know the lieutenant?
Not yet. He's been to Israel twice in the past decade. We've never been in the same city.
Denozo.
On it, tracing his phone calls, bank accounts, everyone he's ever met in his entire life.
Leave that to McGee. You're with me. Pick up where Denozo left off.
Got it, boss.
Try to conserve your energy. You'll need it later.
This poor guy.
I don't want to see you back on my cold table.
This is unusual. We have a murder that hasn't happened.
Doc.
Actually, it would be best to avoid all bodily contact.
He knows that.
Sound just like my prom date.
Did I have something in my teeth?
No,
And that's not smiling, that's
you can stop
grimacing.
smiling.
Oops.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
No. That was a
We know
mistake.
each other.
Where'd you go to college?
Israel.
Holly, I don't know even if we'll be making this trip. I'll know more after I talk to NCIS. Special Agent Gibbs?
Okay, well, the sooner the better, because his
I
cancellation
understand.
fees...
Just leave the itinerary.
He means they swept the office, Denozo.
When Roy said he was throwing up, we checked the radiation levels. They're within normal limits.
Radiation?
Do you know where he was exposed?
No, not yet.
Well, it couldn't have been Brazil. We toured the facility together, and Diane and I aren't sick.
After hours in Brazil, did all of you stick together?
Stayed at the same hotel, ate the same food. Roy would get up early and run.
Alone?
I was with him. We just went straight back to the hotel.
Yeah, I'm 30 years older than both of them, and they're the ones who are too tired to party.
I'll go get my badge.
Maybe they were doing
So
something
can we
else.
visit Roy?
I took Lieutenant Sanders' dosimeter apart, and I discovered that it is hinky. I might even call it hinky-dory. Okay, if you follow this red beam, you can see there's no clear path between the photomultiplier tubes and the crystal lattice.
And now, is that an accident?
Faulty
Or
manufacturing. I mean, it's a state-of-the-art life-saving device, but it's still made from injection-molded plastic.
manufacturing error?
Somebody needs a Happy Meal.
What about these?
These are operational, no globs.
So that one was just a manufacturing defect,
Hey, Doc.
not tampered with.
Jethro, I was just about to call you.
Lieutenant Sanders wasn't poisoned at the power plant.
Identified the isotope in his blood.
Which is?
It was thallium.
Oh!
Colorless, odorless, tasteless, and soluble in water.
Prussian blue works best when it's used or taken as a preventative measure before exposure, or right after. We prefer oral feeding to maintain the integrity of your gut.
Does that mean it won't work because it's
My
been
gut
too
has
long?
integrity.
So does my spleen.
Now, you can eat anything you want just so long as it's low microbial. We need to keep his stress levels down.
Okay, we're in the middle of an
investigation.
They catch it in time?
Unclear.
Don't know.
The next 24 hours are key.
Every time he's hit the head in the past 72 hours.
Do you think he's hiding something?
Have you placed him yet?
No.
It's not that easy though, is it? If you know them, but you just can't recall.
Where's my jacket?
It's here. It's really soft. Rub that against a certain part of your body.
Thank you for taking good care of my jacket.
You're welcome.
Oh!
Good. I promised you I wouldn't stain it. Put your hand over it like this.
That's a $2,000
It's
jacket.
very natural, thank you. Find anything in the stuff Tony took from the lieutenant's desk?
Nothing yet.
Did you need
I'm
that
keeping
large
all
a
the
sample?
protein bars for needle puncture marks.
Had water from the tap and an energy gel. Raspberry.
Noted.
Then I ran the 2 miles from my apartment to the Custis Trail, which runs along
The Potomac.
Right. Then I headed over
The Arlington Memorial Bridge.
Is she part of the plot?
No way.
No, she's me. You're the one who wears the fluorescent orange watch cap when you run, correct?
Something completely
Right,
innocent.
yeah, so the cars will notice me.
People too.
I'm sorry, no.
How about now? I mean, you've got to picture me sweating and panting and, you know.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, of course, I know you. Yeah, you have a smooth stride, great carriage.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You have a very cute, tight technique.
They're just joggers passing
How far did you
in the
run that
morning, not in the night. Wow.
8 miles, went home, showered. Mark and I ate lunch while we took target practice. I had a bacon cheeseburger with fries washed down with a large coffee.
Maybe that's why it was 8 miles.
People told me at 40 my body would change.
Have you made a will? I'm sorry, that was too blunt.
No. I like blunt.
Have a potential motive.
The joke's on them because I don't have a will.
Doesn't seem as though you have much of a life, to be honest.
Did Sadowski and Sanders get along?
Worked together 9 years. Neither filed a complaint or requested a transfer.
Really?
Oh, hey, don't touch that. This Sanders car can be a hot zone.
This car, I doubt it.
Rim is low, it's safe.
Yep.
After you, Broby.
It's manly scent, good for you. You know what this guy being poisoned reminds me of?
A movie?
Yeah, but what movie?
A movie I've never seen.
I don't know.
DOA, it's called. 1950 film noir classic. Is it dangerous?
Do you want kids?
Yeah, wait. I may need to look that up.
Yeah, rim count's not that high. We should take it to X-ray.
Let's see what we got in.
See if it's real. What's in here?
Body parts.
Gym clothes.
We'll start at his apartment, collect these items, sweep for radiation.
Why would someone want to kill him?
Personal connection.
And how the hell did they do it?
Personal connections?
I'd say I was paranoid, but someone just poisoned me.
He's not logging so good.
Who?
Well, racked my brain for enemies at work, but I can't think of anyone. I wouldn't date anyone I work with, and outside of work, I've never met a woman who can understand why I do what I do.
The focus, the risks, the sacrifices.
They always want me to go teach or go to law school.
You might be looking at one.
But I love what I do. All that is necessary for evil to succeed is that good men do nothing.
That's my favorite quote ever. I have to get you into bed.
I'm not.
Sorry, it's the English.
In a different world, on a different time, in a different place.
I can't believe this happened.
Did they?
You gonna be all right?
Maybe they didn't.
I hope so.
Maybe they didn't. I was way off, I think. Weirdly enough, I think Ziva seems to find a lot of her in him. Yeah, she's mad. She's fucking mad.
Pakistan, Uzbekistan, and Russia.
It's one of those, if this is Tuesday, it must be Tashkent trips.
Don't cancel. Sorry, I'm a bit wiped out.
No, we'll let you get some rest. See you tomorrow, okay?
Unusual that two co-workers would come to see you, actually.
I got a little drunk. I knocked on his door. He wouldn't let me in. I was a complete idiot, and he was a complete gentleman. Or maybe he's gay. No, I don't think he's gay.
The higher levels of radiation are due to the concentration of Lieutenant Sanders' sweat.
It was
He made
on
his
that
clothes radioactive,
subject.
not vice versa. Lieutenant Sanders had a computerized chip in his left sneaker to log his workouts.
Wow.
Is that one of those experimental DoD things?
No,
No.
you can buy him at any running store.
Oh, you found.
I was able to access his exercise logs.
Yeah.
8 miles every day in under an hour.
Bloody hell.
Poison.
Right around here.
His last 2 workouts, they were only slightly off pace.
Does that tell you something about the case?
Tells you about
Something
him.
about the man.
Committed,
He's
focused.
sleeping again?
We took a walk around the garden and it knocked him out.
Lieutenant Sanders' lymphocytes are continuing to decrease, and his radiation levels are higher than when he was admitted. It does if he's still being poisoned.
The water she gave him, it's her. It's her.
Not a lot of people have access to him. Nurses.
Doctors.
People preparing his food.
At one point, I went to the vending machine.
One of them could have slipped it in his water.
They'll hit the rest today.
This is starting to look very targeted, Gibbs. Whoever did this is not just after any nuclear inspector.
Sanders know he's still being poisoned?
Not yet.
What is it they're trying to accomplish here by poisoning him?
Yes.
Are they
Exonerated.
purposely wanting a different
Yeah.
inspector instead of him?
Did they find any clues, any answers?
Not yet.
I'll tell them to hurry up. I want to know who killed me before I die.
Wouldn't we all? That's a weird
Can you do
sentence
something else for me?
to say.
Of course.
Can you find me a lawyer? I think I need to write my will.
Whoever it is who's doing it, it's either the guy or the woman. It's one of those two. It seems to me as though they want him out of the way for a different inspection, but we don't really know enough details about that. But the ruthlessness to turn up and to continue poisoning him to make sure the job's done 100% is absolutely brutally ruthless. I'm sorry, but that takes a particular kind of person to be able to do that.
But if you really need to know, I got a security camera. Insurance made me put it in last year after I got sued. See, I like to
Do you hear that?
come up behind a shooter and correct his stance. Most
Listen, that.
appreciate it.
Okay with my stance.
Why have we got
Sure like
elevated
to teach
levels
you how to
here?
position your shoulders over your hips.
Maybe we should get the security footage and review it back at the office to see where they were.
No need. I think we just found our hot zone.
Listen, that.
So you spent the night in the lieutenant's room, huh?
Yes. We stayed up late talking.
Yeah, I remember staying up late in college, talking. What's that look on your face?
What look?
She's feeling
The look
something.
on your face says you are.
When did you become an expert on love? Last time I checked, your
Ha!
idea of a long-term commitment was a 3-day weekend. Next time Lieutenant Sanders and I stay up late talking, we're going to use a lead condom. Thank you.
Ziva. I was gonna say, I hope he pulls through. A kid and a husky in his desk.
Yeah, we saw that. I don't know what that means. I don't
How
know
do you
if those
ingest
things
the
passed or what.
Well, they ate lunch at the shooting range, and Abby's combing through the physical evidence, but we still haven't found the smoking gun.
We swept the dumpsters at the shooting range, but the levels were low, same with the kitchen.
Who got near his food?
I watched the security footage, and Mark Sadowski is with him the whole time, but you can't see the table or the food. That someone could have come from the back. Not been seen.
Sadowski was at the range, and he was here, which places him at both contamination sites. He's making out his will.
Can't die unless you see a lawyer.
He may not die. May pull through.
I think Tony was spot on with his analysis
you're
of what
wondering,
Ziva's
I
feeling
left
here,
it off
though.
my sister.
I thought it'd be a sister or something like
We
that.
fight a lot.
Someday I'll tell you about my family. Does your sister have a husky?
How'd you know?
It's a nice addition to any family.
Told you.
Would you have a dog?
No.
Minute you said sister.
I'll file this with the court.
I'm not hopeful here. I think when he first came in and said his own murder, I think that's what's going to happen. When you're looking thallium, where you're looking like poison or radiation, it's usually very hard to come back from that unless you get on it immediately.
Sure, from my job.
You were at the shooting range with Lieutenant Sanders a few
So
days
him then, not
We
her.
had lunch.
Or has he got her to do it?
Slipped him a little thallium? Skip the denials. Tell me why.
This is my favorite
Jumping
part.
straight to it.
The part where Gibbs breaks him.
I didn't do it. I would never hurt Roy.
Sit down.
If you have any proof I did this, lay it out for me. Let me see it. Because I know it doesn't exist.
But you also just
break 'em.
swallowed.
Were you able to break down its components?
Well, it took me a while, but I isolated human skin,
Human hair, lint, tobacco ash, both large and small,
salts, pepper, dirt,
The cigar.
and pollen.
The scar.
Ducky?
He's gone.
Oh,
Yeah, he's gone running off. No, you don't. God's sake. Oh, bloody hell. You lot just don't care, do you?
We found a smoking gun with the emphasis on smoking. Shooting range. It wasn't ingestion, it was inhalation.
Someone injected the thallium into the cigar.
Sadowski mentioned hitting the bars with Lieutenant Sanders in Brazil for a cerveza and a cigar, so...
Wait, boss. Need to show you something. Now, I downloaded the security camera feed from the shooting range. If you had laced a cigar with thallium, would you stick around to breathe in the smoke?
No, you wouldn't.
Unlikely. Like pulling the pin on a grenade, handing it to someone, and then standing beside them.
My initial thought, no, he's starting with it. It's her.
Explains why you couldn't break him. He didn't do it.
No.
Okay, I had a puff or two. I know the doctor said...
No! Where are they?
That's what it was.
I had no idea you were so anti-smoking. Long enough to die of cancer.
Look, Roy, these cigars are laced with thallium.
That's what's killing you.
Who else had access to these?
They were on my desk until I stuck them in my bag. Oh, man.
Okay, you need to relax.
Now he's getting stressed.
Roy.
Keep breathing.
We all got tested after Roy. My results were negative. Am I still at risk?
Low-level exposure.
Roy insisted we still go. But now that Mark's sick,
Where?
that's classified.
Well,
We prefer that they
unclassified.
don't know we're coming.
Need to know.
Russia, Pakistan, and Uzbekistan.
I need satellite time. Now.
Image of the Tashkent reactor stabilizing. Before the fall of the Soviet Union, Uzbekistan was the top producer of weapons-grade materials.
Yeah. A lot of activity.
Which is what
Looks
they're
like
doing.
they're building something.
They're pulling it down. I need a shot from earlier this week.
He's expecting
Satellite is always watching.
Footage to DOD and IAEA headquarters in Vienna. Hey, someone tipped off Uzbekistan. That's Sadowski.
Sadowski's out of it, boss. The doctor sedated him.
McGee,
This is
I
bad
want
money.
bank records for everyone working at the agency. I want details for every inspection ever done on that facility.
I called my parents. Mom's taking it bad. The good news is Dad's gonna fix it. They're on the way here, and he's gonna turn it all around.
Do they have far to travel?
Too far.
Shit.
You don't need to be here anyway. Decisions to make.
How is he?
Fading.
He's fighting.
Gibbs has a question for him.
I think he just fell asleep.
Lieutenant Sanders,
I'm here. Agent Tenosa needs to ask
Her
a
name
question.
straight away.
who knew you were going to Uzbekistan next week?
Classified.
Who decided where you'd go?
Dude, you're dying. Just tell
My
us.
decision. Short list. Kept everyone guessing.
But who'd you tell? Roy. Lieutenant. Who did you tell, Roy?
Mark. Told Mark.
You done?
Roy? Anyone else?
Diane. Just Mark and Diane.
She's not happy with you, but she knows you had to get that information.
Hey,
Well,
boss.
he's still
The
going.
lieutenant says only 2 others knew he was going to Uzbekistan. Mark Sadowski and Diane Russia.
Style.
Boss, inspectors have been back to Uzbekistan 6 times in the past 4 years. Next week's inspection would have been lucky number 7.
What makes you think it was them, McGee?
Dr. Mallard.
Hey, Doc. I need you to check.
Maybe it wasn't.
You think I've been here too long?
You want some of this?
That's Roy's sister.
Are you okay?
Part of me just wants to run. You know, I can't believe this is happening to me of all people.
No, you shouldn't.
Well, then how should I take it, Tony? Character building? Life affirming?
You're
Somehow,
caring.
I don't think Roy sees it that way.
You don't have any choice when it hits you. That's the point.
Ziva.
In just a short space of time, she has formed that kind of connection with him.
It's okay, I got you.
Pretty girl to take a walk in the garden.
Trace amounts of ferric ferrocyanide, Prussian blue. Someone was taking it prophylactically. As a preventative measure, Jethro.
Oh.
Her.
No,
Bitch.
I don't want to travel via
You
London.
bitch.
I want a direct flight. Yeah, but there must
All
be
for
other
money.
carriers.
Miss Ruzio,
Agent Gibbs.
your travel coordinator, Holly Stegman.
Okay, she just left me here. Trying to.
Which way?
Parking garage.
Okay, I'm totally wrong. Fuck, it's her, not her. Bugger. I don't know why, for some reason I was thinking it was the same person because they're both blonde, because I didn't focus on what she looked like. That was my fault.
Out of the car.
I was focusing on the older woman.
I couldn't kill
Idiot.
Roy any more than I could run over you. You would have realized it was either Mark or me. Just tell me. Wait. Tell me I didn't kill him. No.
You're a murderer.
She could have killed you, boss.
But I somehow think he would have put a bullet right through that windscreen and stopped her. I got the wrong woman. Oops. Always
A perfect day for a run.
That's what your life was worth to her.
I'd even consider a double loop.
I remember you now.
Those mornings, I ran right past you.
I
You
know.
blasted past me.
Yeah, if only.
I used to put in a little extra kick to impress the ladies. Sorry we never got to run together.
And the rest of it.
Me too.
But I was no longer there. And I'd stop running.
Yes, I would have noticed.
Mm.
I would have missed seeing you.
But eventually you would have forgotten me.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's just life, isn't it? But not
I
now.
won't forget you now.
No. Because for once, we didn't just have dead bodies at the beginning and figuring out who it was going to be. The murder, the death was at the end. A nice twist to give us a story the opposite way around. That was a different episode just because of the involvement with Ziva with him, and let's face it, she was falling for him. They had a lot in common, and just two passing joggers who never took that step. But as she's just explained to herself now, yeah, I would have probably forgotten about you, but now I know who you are. I got to spend the last days with you, and the same for you. Apologies that I was thinking it was the other woman the whole time, and it wasn't. It was his secretary, not... Yeah, okay. My bad. And a nice little touch at the end there that Tony can see for the first time, because he is where he currently is with his private life and his love life. They always say when you're somebody that's fallen for someone, or you're in love or potentially falling in love, that you see it in somebody else's eyes. It's more prominent. It's more plain to you. And he saw what was starting to happen with Ziva there, and given that whole, I think I'm not feeling too good, Doc, so that they could just have that time in the park, because he was absolutely insistent that he didn't leave, didn't go outside. That was a nice little touch from Tony. But yeah, I think that's the first time we've had an episode where in effect, what we're investigating is still someone who's alive, but the death comes at the end, not at the beginning of the episode. I think that's the first one, correct me if I'm wrong. I thoroughly enjoyed that. That was really nice. It was heartfelt, and Ziva puts on this whole front of being... She has an armour. She has an outside armour that nothing penetrates through. And this guy just penetrated through her armour like radiation, you know? And got to her. Because she said, I shouldn't be feeling like this. I'm mad at myself. I want to run, but I don't want to run. And why me? Me of all people. You're like, what? You of all people? You're human, aren't you? We can all just fall someone like that. And you're mad. You're falling for someone in these circumstances. And I fully understand that. That was a really good one. We had 2 good episodes this week. I will be back with another 2 again next week. If you are watching on YouTube, please don't forget to post your comments down below, and by all means give the video a thumbs up. Do not forget to hit the subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, as always, the lifeblood of the channel is Patreon. It what enables me to bring all these episodes to you every week on a weekly basis, every week of the year. I would appreciate if you just take a quick look at the link in the description. That will take you there, and you can watch all the full-length episodes over there. Right. See you for episodes 17 and 18 next week. Take care.